Just imagine hearing the absolute harshest thing a parent could say to you. In this story, it's this old Hindi proverb, which basically means you're a complete and total waste of space. And when our hero hears these exact words from his own father, well, that's the spark that kicks off this whole incredible adventure. And like all great hero stories, this one starts in what we call the ordinary world. This is our hero's comfort zone, right? The predictable, maybe even boring everyday life he knows, right before everything is about to get turned completely upside down. So let's meet our guy, Dinanath. To his family, he's just this lazy 20-year-old who dreams about marrying a princess instead of, getting a real job. But what they all see as laziness is actually his secret, overwhelming gift. He has super hearing. I mean, he can literally hear a single leaf fall from a tree miles away. He's that classic hero archetype, the misunderstood outcast with a hidden talent, just waiting for a chance to prove everyone wrong.
So, after that brutal insult from his father, Dinanath finally hits his breaking point. This is his call to adventure. He decides he's leaving, and he swears he won't come back until he's proven his worth and, won the hand of the princess. He's stepping out of everything he's ever known and into the great unknown, with pretty much nothing but a wild dream to guide him.
But here's the thing about these journeys. No hero can do it all alone. And on his way, Dinanath is about to meet the very friends from the story's title. Turns out, they're a couple of fellow outcasts whose so-called curses might just be the key to everyone's success. Pretty soon, he runs into two really unique guys. First, there's Kanu, a man whose bottomless appetite got him kicked out of his own village. Then he meets Banu, a guy so sensitive that a single ant crawling on the ground feels like an earthquake, which means he can never, ever get a good night's sleep. To the rest of the world, these incredible abilities are seen as just terrible problems. But Dinanath, being an outcast himself, he sees it totally differently. He doesn't see flaws, he sees superpowers. He basically tells them, hey, your traits aren't curses, they're amazing gifts, and I know the one place big enough to handle your talents, the Royal Palace. And just like that, with a new shared purpose, the three friends head off to the palace together. The moment they arrive at the palace, that's it. There's no turning back. In the hero's journey, we call this crossing the threshold. They're leaving the world they knew behind and entering a special world with new rules, new dangers, and one massive obstacle standing in their way, the king's royal challenge. So Dinanath walks right up to the king and boldly asks for three things: a lifetime supply of food for Kanu, a lifetime of peaceful sleep for Banu, and of course, the princess's hand in marriage for himself. The king is pretty intrigued, and he agrees, but there's a huge catch. If they can actually prove their incredible claims, all their dreams will come true. But if they fail, it's off with their heads. The stakes could not be any higher. And so the tests begin. This is that make-or-break moment where each friend has to prove that what the world always saw as a weakness is actually an undeniable jaw-dropping strength. The king starts with Kanu, the man with the bottomless stomach. He tells his royal kitchen to cook up a massive feast, and he challenges Kanu to just eat his fill. The result is just stunning. Kanu eats and just keeps on eating until every single last crumb of food in the entire royal kitchen is gone. The head chef comes out, his hands totally empty, and declares there is nothing left to serve. Test 1, passed with flying colors. All right, next up, Banu. The king has his servants make the most comfortable bed you can possibly imagine, layering 7 of the finest, softest mattresses one on top of the other. Banu lies down and immediately jumps right back up, complaining that something is poking him. I mean, what could possibly be bothering him through all those layers? So the king orders them to take the whole bed apart. And sure enough, there, wedged between 2 of the mattresses, they found it. The source of his discomfort, a single, tiny strand of hair. His sensitivity wasn't an exaggeration at all. It really is a superpower. And with that, he passes his test too. Okay, so 2 challenges down, 1 to go. Now it's finally Dina's turn. He has to face the final, most dangerous test and prove that his own hidden talent is worthy of the ultimate reward. The king, he's impressed, but he's still not sure what to do with Dinanath. He's about to say he's done enough. But right at that moment, Dinanath's gift reveals its true purpose. Using his super hearing, he focuses in on a distant conversation and uncovers a terrifying secret.
The king's own minister and general are plotting to assassinate him that very night.
Dinanath immediately warns the king and comes up with a brilliant plan. That night, the two traitors sneak into the king's chambers. They see a figure sleeping under the blankets, and they just go for it, attacking it viciously with their swords. But just as they're celebrating, the real king steps out from the shadows, completely unharmed. Dinanath had him hide somewhere else, saving his life. The traitors are captured on the spot.
And so, our heroes finally get their rewards. Kanu gets to spend the rest of his days feasting in the royal kitchen. Banu is given the most peaceful, perfect room where he can sleep soundly for the rest of his life. And Dinanath, the so-called lazy barber's son, not only marries the princess, but is named the heir to the throne, proving his worth beyond any doubt.
This story is just such a perfect example of the hero's journey. It shows us that each of these friends had an incredible ability that was just seen as a curse until it was put into the right context. And that leaves us with one final question to think about. What was the real magic in this story? Was it the superhuman abilities themselves? Or was it the wisdom to see their true potential and the courage to use them when it mattered most?